The sea raged, and a lone figure clung to splintered wood, his breath shallow, his eyes fixed on a distant light, the last floating city. Humanity's final refuge. But for the exhausted drifter, it was a cruel mirage he'd chased for years.
Open the gates. I've been adrift for weeks. Please.
A guard's voice cut through the wind. Outsiders bring disease. Leave or face the guns. Before Sota could answer, the water exploded. A beast larger than the gate itself lunged from the deep. Sota didn't hesitate. He snatched a loose harpoon and leaped toward the monster's maw. He drove the harpoon through the beast's eye, saving a guard pinned beneath its thrashing tail.
Hold fire. Let him finish the beast. Then bring him inside. You can stay, but cross us, and you'll wish the sea took you.
Bleeding and half-drowned, Sota stepped into the last floating city, an outsider still, but alive. Beyond the gate, the city was a maze of rust and hunger. Citizens flinched at his passing, their trust long drowned.
If I want to survive, I need to join their defense. It's the only way to earn a place. Captain Hero, let me join the Defense Corps. I won't be dead weight.
Prove it. Get past my guard, and you'll have a spot on the outer wall.
Sota's body screamed, but he slipped past Hero's guard and landed a solid strike just enough to impress.
You'll be posted on the outer wall, lowest rank. Don't expect any favors.
At dawn, a pack of razorfish scaled the wall. Sota met them with a salvaged spear, moving like a man who had nothing left to lose. He killed 3 in quick strikes, pulling 2 wounded guards to safety. The rest gaped.
He's useful, but keep your eyes on him. Outsiders always come with secrets.
That night, Sota found a corner in the common barracks. He was still an outsider, but now one with a foothold carved in blood. A week later, the horn sounded, not for drills. The beast tide was real, a wall of scales and teeth.
Fall back. We can't hold the outer gate.
If I run, I'll be back in the sea. Number, I'll hold.
Sota threw himself into the swarm, a borrowed blade singing. He cut a path to Hero, who was pinned by a clawed limb.
Hero, get clear. I'll hold them.
When the beast turned, Sota's eyes ignited, blue fire that made the creatures recoil, power he didn't know he had surged.
That man, his eyes are blazing. I've never seen such power. Who is he?
The tide broke. Sota stood in a ring of dead beasts, gasping, his coat shredded.
You saved my life, and half the wall. You've earned more than a spot on the outer gate.
The next morning, in a brief ceremony, Sota was handed a blue and white guardian's coat, the mark of a defender. That evening, in a rooftop garden, tangled with stubborn blooms, a soft footstep made Sota turn.
You are the one who held the wall. I am Yui. I need someone who sees more than orders.
See more? What do you mean?
The council hides things. Supplies disappear into the Undercity, and no one asks why. I can't ignore it anymore.
Before Sota could press her, a heavy cart rumbled past below. Guards flanked a sealed crate marked Under.
Under. That's a restricted zone. What are they hiding down there?
You see it too. That's the 3rd one this week. I've tried to get answers, but the council only threatens silence.
Then we stop asking. We watch. If they're hurting this city, I'll find out.
You'll need someone inside the council's shadow. I am that person. Together, we might survive this.
In that hidden garden, a pact was sealed, not with words, but with a shared look toward the Undercity's dark mouth. That same night, Sota slipped past the Undercity gate, following the faint drag marks of the sealed crate.
The air down here tastes like old iron and damp rot. What are they hiding?
Ahead, iron links clanked. A line of thin, collared people, men, women, even a child, were being herded deeper into the dark. A boot scuffed stone behind him. Torchlight stabbed his eyes. Rough hands seized his arms before he could draw his blade.
Too late. I've walked right into their trap. Now I'll have to face the council.
How audacious. A guardian in training, skulking in restricted tunnels. Explain yourself.
I followed a crate marked Under. Those people in chains, they aren't criminals.
They are laborers, repaying debts through dangerous work. Nothing more. You see conspiracies in the dark, a dangerous trait for a newcomer. Pursue this again, and you'll find your guardian's coat stripped, and worse. The council has a long memory. Cross us, and you'll disappear like the others who asked too many questions.
He was shoved out into the misty streets. Before dawn, he found Yui in the garden and told her everything. Her eyes hardened. "Then we fight back," she whispered. "The beast tides came every few days now." Sota stood on the battered wall, his blade a blur, his eyes burning with borrowed fire. When the last beast fell, the city cheered his name, a sound the council could not ignore. In the central square, before a gathered crowd, Councilor Rio pinned a silver medal to Sota's coat with a smile that never reached his eyes.
For your courage, the council grants you the rank of senior guardian. Serve us well.
That night, in the council's shadowy chamber, Rio's voice turned to iron.
He's rallying the guards. If he digs deeper, our pact with the heart will be exposed. Put watchers on him.
He won't get far. I'll double the patrols near the restricted zones. He's still an outsider.
While shadows gathered, Yui spent sleepless nights in the archive, tracing old ink. She found a crumbling map to a place called the Vault.
Sota, look. This leads to a sealed vault beneath the council's tower. That's where they store the real records.
Then we break in. But if the council catches us, there won't be a second warning. We do this together.
In the dead hour before dawn, Sota and Yui scaled the tower's outer lattice. The map led them through a narrow service shaft to the vault's iron door.
This vault feels like a tomb. Stay sharp.
They forced the rusted lock with a muffled crack. Inside, dust choked the air, and a single logbook lay on a stone pedestal, still warm, the sacred covenant. The heart requires life to sustain the city. Each full moon, the council shall provide blood offerings.
Sota, this is it. They're sacrificing people to something called the heart. But where is it? What is it?
We need to get this to the guards, to everyone. This is proof.
A clang, the door behind them burst open. Council guards flooded in, torches high, shouting for them to stand down.
Go, Sota. Take the logbook and go. I'll hold them.
I can't leave her. But if I stay, the truth dies here. Forgive me, Yui.
He smashed a shelf of scrolls, buying a heartbeat. Then Sota slipped through the vent with the logbook. Yui's cry cut short as she was dragged into the dark. In a forgotten storehouse beneath the old aqueduct, Sota peeled back the logbook's damp pages. The later entries were scrawled in a shaking hand. Page after page detailed the covenant. And then, a word he'd only heard in legends, Leviathan. The Leviathan beneath the city is the heart. It was bound by our founders with blood. Its sorrow calls the beasts from the deep.
The Leviathan. That's what they've been feeding. The beast tides aren't natural. They're a response to this prison. The council created the apocalypse. They've been sacrificing outsiders to keep the city afloat, and Yui is in their hands now. I can't let this continue. Even if the city sinks, I have to free the creature. Yui would want that.
He closed the logbook, its weight heavier than any sword. The path ahead was blindingly clear, yet impossibly steep.
First, I'll need allies. Captain Hiro might listen, but I have to reach Yui before they break her.
He tucked the logbook into his coat and rose. The city still believed the council's lies, but Sota had the truth now, and he would not bury it.
No more running. Time to become the guardian this city really needs.
He walked into the central square, unarmed, and shouted for the council to come. He had proof, and he would not be silenced. Within the hour, he was bound and dragged into the council chamber. Yui knelt under guard, her face pale but unbroken.
You've caused enough trouble, Sota, but we're merciful. Join the council, and your Yui will be spared.
Join you? After what I've read? You are sacrificing innocence to a creature you've enslaved. The city deserves the truth.
The truth? The truth is that without the sacrifices, this city sinks and everyone dies. You doom thousands for a few outsiders.
Then we find another way. I won't be your pawn. Release Yui, and I'll show you the logbook. Copies are already distributed.
Bluffing. Kill him and the girl. We'll deal with the fallout.
Sota's eyes blazed. Energy surged through his binds, and with a roar, he snapped the chains and lunged at the head counselor. In the chaos, he snatched a guard's blade and cut Yui's restraints. They fought toward the exit, outnumbered but unstoppable. They spilled into the street, alarms blaring. Sota knew the council would rally every soldier. The real battle was just beginning. The streets became a killing field. Council guards poured from every alley, but Sota's blue fire never dimmed. Each strike brought another step toward the Undercity.
Yui, stay close. We need the Undercity tunnels. They won't follow us there.
There's an old grate behind the fish market. This way.
They ducked through narrow passages, then wrenched open the rusted grate and dropped into darkness as arrows punched the wall above. In the dripping silence, the ground suddenly heaved. A low, resonant roar vibrated through the stone. The Leviathan was awake.
They've disturbed the equilibrium. Activate the failsafe. If the city sinks, they'll drown with us.
A series of thuds shook the tunnel, and veins of red light snaked along the floor. The failsafe was ticking.
That light, it's a kill switch for the Leviathan. The council would destroy the city to keep their secret.
His hand found Yui's. "We have to stop it," he said, and together they sprinted toward the pulsing blue glow ahead, the Leviathan's chamber.
Whatever's down there, we face it together. I trust you, Sota.
They stepped through the ancient gate and into a cavern of impossible scale. The Leviathan coiled in massive chains, its bioluminescent body pulsing with a deep, rhythmic anguish.
You carry the scent of the blood pact. Another warden come to tighten the chains.
Number, I came to end it. I know they've been sacrificing people to you, but there has to be a better way.
I was bound centuries ago to lift this city from the waves. The founders promised freedom, then bled me and fed me their cast-offs to keep me weak.
Images flooded Sota's mind. Ancient ceremonies, the city rising, the first sacrifices, and the endless sorrow that called the beasts from the deep.
Their cruelty made me a beacon for the beast sea. I cannot stop the tide while I am shackled. Free me, and I will hold the sea at bay, willingly.
It isn't a monster. It's a prisoner. The apocalypse is a cry for help. Then we make a new pact. Instead of blood, I'll feed you the beasts themselves. In return, you protect the city without chains.
A noble offer, human. But words are wind. What will you give that the council did not?
Yui stepped forward, placing her hand beside Sota's. "Our lives, we'll anchor the pact ourselves," she said. The Leviathan's eye flickered.
The binding must be singular, one soul to carry the tether forever. If it breaks, all sinks.
Then I'll carry it alone. My life for the city's survival. Yui, you stay by my side, but the bond is mine.
Sota, no. You'll be trapped here for eternity. There must be another way.
This is the only way. I came from nothing. At least this way I'll have a purpose.
So be it. The pact is sealed in your blood and breath. Rise as the last guardian.
Blue fire erupted from Sota's chest, linking him to the Leviathan's heart. The cavern shook.
Sota, your life, it's binding you forever. Please don't leave me.
The ancient blood-forged manacles cracked and fell, and the Leviathan uncoiled with a freedom it had not known in centuries.
Now, I am the last guardian. We have a tide to face.
Sota stood, his guardian coat now marked with glowing runes, the Leviathan's power coursing through him. The city would never be the same. When Sota and Yui emerged from the grate, the city was unrecognizable. The ground heaved and a crimson pulse now throbbed beneath the cobblestones.
People of the city, traitors have broken the covenant. Sota and Yui will drown us all. Seize them.
The covenant was built on murder. The council has been feeding innocent people to a creature they enslaved. I've forged a new pact. The Leviathan now fights with us, not against us. But the council's failsafe is about to destroy everything.
Stand down. I've known Sota. He saved my life, and I've seen the council's corruption. He speaks the truth.
At Hero's words, A dozen guards lowered their weapons, but Counselor Rio drew his blade and signaled the loyalists to attack.
Traitors. Anyone who sides with the Drifter dies. For the order of the Council.
The square erupted. Citizens who had heard the logbook's whispers now threw stones and crude weapons at the council guards, joining the fray.
Hero, stop the failsafe. It's in the old control room beneath the tower. I'll hold off Rio.
The city split in two, those who believed in the new pact and those who clung to the old order. The red light underfoot began to burn brighter. Sota, Yui, and Hiro fought through the crimson-lit corridors of the council tower, their blades singing against loyalist steel.
You think you can dismantle centuries of order, Drifter. I'll send you to the depths.
Sota's sword met Rio's with a deafening clang, the blue fire of his pact flickering against the councilor's dark armor.
You are a fool. Without the sacrifices, the city floats on nothing. You'll kill everyone. Then we build a new foundation. The blood price ends now.
Sota's runes blazed, and a shockwave hurled Rio through a steel grate, his body limp. The path was clear. The control room doors buckled, revealing the head counselor beside a gaping pit of red energy, his hands on the failsafe lever.
You are too late. The secondary failsafe is armed. The Leviathan will be crushed, and a tidal wave will erase this city. Better a clean slate than your chaos.
Through the bond, Sota felt the Leviathan's terror, a crushing pressure that threatened to snap the connection. The city tilted, stone shrieking against stone.
Hero, Yui, the console. I'll hold the bond steady. Hurry.
Sota hurled himself at the head counselor, his guardian blade crackling with blue Leviathan fire.
You are nothing but a driftwood rat who stumbled onto forbidden ground. I forged this city, while your ancestors drowned.
Then I'll bury your legacy with the truth. The Leviathan's power is mine now, and it's done being your slave.
A torrent of azure energy erupted from Sota's chest, surging through his blade and shattering the head counselor's dark barrier.
Impossible. The pact is broken, but I won't go alone.
Sota grabbed the old man's collar and slammed him against the console. Yui and Hiro worked frantically, their hands steady despite the shaking stone.
The failsafe is off. The city's stable. But that horn the beasts see is coming. The Leviathan feels it.
Then we'll face it together. The council's reign is over, Sota. The city is yours to lead.
The outer wall scouts report a massive horde on the horizon. Every beast in the deep is answering the Leviathan's call.
Sota gazed out the shattered window. On the darkening sea, a wall of fins and teeth stretched to the horizon. The true test of the last guardian was about to begin.
Defenders of the floating city. The council's lies are over. Today, we fight for a new pact. The Leviathan stands with us. Will you?
A thunderous roar answered him. Blue fire spread from Sota's coat to the swords of every guard who believed. The Leviathan breached the surface, its unbound body, a shield of bioluminescent scales, and laid waste to the front lines of the horde.
Together, then, I will soak the sea with their blood. The pact holds, Guardian.
Sota channeled the bond, a shimmering wall of azure light spreading across the city's perimeter. The first wave of beasts shattered against it.
Hold the barrier, Sota. The city's belief strengthens you. Don't let go.
Then the water split. A beast larger than any before, a multi-headed horror, slammed into the barrier and tore through.
Leviathan, take the smaller ones. I'll handle the alpha. This one's mine.
Sota launched himself from the Leviathan's crest, his blade extended, aiming for the alpha's central eye.
I am the last guardian. You won't touch this city. It's time you learn to fear the light.
The alpha beast's claw swept through the air, missing Sota by inches. He twisted mid-flight, his side gashing open, but his grip on the sword only tightened.
Everyone lend him your strength. Believe in the last guardian. He carries our hope.
A torrent of blue light surged from the city, pouring into Sota's runes. The guardian coat blazed brighter than ever before.
This power, it's not just the Leviathan. It's their hope, their will to survive.
Sota raised his blade, now a pillar of pure azure fire, and plunged it into the Alpha's central eye. The beast's roar shook the heavens. The Alpha beast disintegrated, its flesh turning to ash and sea foam. The remaining horde turned and fled back into the deep.
It's over. The beast sea is retreating. Sound the victory bell.
Sota plummeted from the sky, his coat in tatters, blood streaking his face. His sword slipped from his fingers as consciousness faded.
Sota, no, don't you dare. Please, not like this.
The city's cheers mixed with the sound of her sobs. The last guardian had delivered them. But at what cost? 3 days later, Sota opened his eyes. Yui was there, her hand in his tears dried on her cheeks.
The Leviathan. I can still feel it. Did the bond hold? Is the city safe?
The city is safe. They're calling you the last guardian. There's to be a ceremony today.
By midday, Sota limped onto the central platform, his wounds bandaged, Yui steadying him. The crowd roared.
By the will of the people and the bond with the Leviathan, you are henceforth the last guardian.
I accept this burden. I will guard this city and honor the pact until my last breath. From today, no more blood tribute. We rebuild on honesty. The Leviathan is our ally, not our master.
As he spoke, the Leviathan rose beside the city, its bioluminescent scales shimmering in the sun, a peaceful guardian.
Look, the Leviathan appears not as a threat, but as a protector. Our new era has truly begun.
The last guardian stood before his people, the ancient creature and the floating city at last in true covenant. Months passed. The blood-stained halls were rebuilt into open markets. Gardens bloomed where chains once lay.
Sota, the new irrigation system is finished. The people are grateful. You've given them hope.
Hope is a fragile thing. I can't let it break, even if I feel the Leviathan's weight every night.
Beneath the city, the Leviathan swam in slow, contented circles, its bioluminescence a gentle pulse now, not a cry of agony.
I never imagined this. A drifter becoming the pillar of a city. It still feels like a borrowed life.
It's not borrowed. You earned it with your blood and your heart. The people believe in you.
Sota gazed out from the eastern terrace, his guardian coat catching the sea breeze. The Leviathan's silhouette glided peacefully below.
The bond is heavy, but I'd carry it 1,000 times over. This is where I belong.
Come, rest a while. Even the last guardian needs to eat.
He smiled, a genuine warmth spreading through him. The floating city was home, and he was its heart. A year later, the streets echoed not with alarm bells, but with the laughter of children wearing tiny guardian capes. From his usual perch on the city's edge, Sota watched them, a soft smile breaking through his guardian's composure.
To think these kids will never know the old blood pact. That's the victory that matters.
Beneath the city, the Leviathan hummed a contented note, its bond now a quiet lullaby instead of a wail of pain.
Thought you'd skip lunch again. Even the last guardian needs to eat, remember?
You caught me. Thanks, Yui. It's hard to let go of the watch.
The watch won't go anywhere. Come, sit with me. The sea is calm today.
They sat together on the stone ledge, sharing bread and fruit, the endless blue stretching before them.
This is enough. After everything, a quiet moment with you is all I need.
The floating city drifted under a gentle sky, its guardian finally at peace. At sunset, Sota stood alone at the city's farthest edge, his guardian coat aglow with the fading light. The Leviathan's silhouette rippled beneath the waves.
Do you feel it, old friend? The peace we built, the price was high, but I wouldn't change it.
The Leviathan surfaced silently, its bioluminescent scales casting a soft blue halo. Its giant eye met Sota's, ancient and knowing.
The bond endures, Guardian. The sea is quiet. Rest now, even for a moment.
Rest. I've almost forgotten how. But tonight, maybe I'll try.
A distant melody drifted over the wall. The festival had begun. Lanterns blossomed in the streets below.
The city celebrates. They deserve their joy. I'll watch over from here.
Sota turned his back on the sea, the Leviathan's glow his silent companion. and gazed toward the flickering lights of the celebration. He would join them soon, but this moment, the weight of the promise, the quiet, was his alone. The last guardian watched over his floating city, as he would for all the days to come, a lone figure against the twilight, finally at peace with his burden. The night deepened and the city slept. Sota remained on the edge, a silent sentinel, his guardian coat barely stirring. Below, the Leviathan's bioluminescence pulsed like a slow heartbeat, a quiet companion in the vast darkness.
As long as I breathe, this city will not fall. The pact is my life, and I will not break it.
Dawn broke gently over the floating city, painting the sky in hues of rose and gold. The sea stretched out, calm and endless. Sota's eyes, still glowing with the Leviathan's light, reflected the new morning. The past was sealed, and the future lay bright before them. He was the bridge between an age of blood and an era of hope. The last guardian who turned sacrifice into covenant. The floating city drifted on, a beacon of new life. While beneath the waves, the ancient creature swam in peace. Sota remained, his promise eternal. A single man standing between the darkness that was and the light that would always be. And so the last guardian kept his watch, a testament that even in the apocalypse, humanity's spirit could endure. The light of a new world shone on, and the guardian's oath echoed silently into the endless sea.